I'm going to dive right into the charts and show you guys how I made $5,000 today trading live in front of my members. Real quick, I know credibility is everything, so I want to show you guys. This is my linked TradeSync account that links to my 5 funded accounts. $5,000 in profits today. These 2 trades counted as a loss, but as you can see in this equity curve, they were break-even trades. I lost like $3 on one and $20 on the other, so it counted them as losses. But it's really 2 break-evens and 1 win today, so it should be 100% win rate. Obviously, slight loss still counts as a loss, so that's why it has that win rate, but $5,000 in profit. And let's dive right into these charts. Okay, so this is what my chart looked like at 6 a.m. this morning before that news came out at 8:30. I obviously had more information then, and I had some more stuff marked out, and I'll show you how I mark out based on news and stuff like that. So this is what my chart looked like. I have my previous day high, which is a good swing. I have any of my swing highs and lows, as you can see right here, 1, 2, 3. And then I have any high time frame unmitigated fair value gaps marked out. So any gaps from the 4-hour time frame or higher. As you can see, we have 2 right here, 1 and 2. And then this major low as well. So right off the bat, I recognize we are in a major uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows. Automatic draw today would be higher into this 4-hour unmitigated, but we need previous day high first. I know we have news, so more information is yet to come. But before this news came out, my draw was higher, and I wanted to see, I had a bullish bias going into the day. I wanted to take longs into previous day high and possibly even into our next 4-hour unmitigated gap. That was my draw today. But my whole plan got ruined after non-farm employment came out, super bullish, and we took my bullish draw at previous day high. So I had to reevaluate before open, and I gave this to my members. I let them know my thought process before market opened up. And now that I know we swept previous day high, which was my bullish draw, I'd first want to see us come down and take these data lows before doing anything else. Now my goal for each day is to catch the first move to my most confident draw on liquidity and then be done for the day. So I'll show you guys exactly how I caught this short down into my data low, why I was confident in the data low, and the setup that it provided. First and most confident play would be a sweep of this London high, and then an inverse, whether it's a 30-second, a 1 minute, anything that looks super clean for me able to go short, maybe even assist, so a change in the state of delivery would give me more confirmation, but I'm really confident in this data low to be hit. I have some nice break evens to keep in mind. I have a 15-minute gap. I have this 5-minute gap, so good break evens on the day as well. So now I'm scaled down to the 30-second time frame. I'm typically watching the 30-second, the 1 minute, and the 5-minute all at once, and I switch between the 2 and 3 minute every now and then, but those are my 3 main time frames. But as you can see right off open, this big blue candle right here is our opening candle. We came up, we swept that London high and that previous day high, which is exactly what I wanted to see. And look what happened right here. We took a 30-second fair value gap, we inversed it, and the time to take was 3 candles. Now, time to take is super important. So time to take is a very important measure that I look at when I'm looking at fair value gaps to be inversed, and this basically measures how many candles on that particular time frame, so whatever time frame the fair value gap formed on, how many candles it took for that fair value gap to get inversed. So as you can see right here, we formed the inversion at this candle here, after this candle, or sorry, we formed the fair value gap right there, and then it took 1, 2, and then the third candle inverse this fair value gap. That means the time to take here was 3 candles, and that is exactly what I want to see. I want to see this inversion happen within 3 candles. So we get that, and it's everything I wanted to see. I took this short right here, and the main reason I am so confident in this is because we have an easy break even if we are wrong. What does this mean? By the way, we're going to target our draw, which is data lows. This is a nice 6.67 risk reward. I am not taking any partials. I'm either stop for a full stop, I'm getting break even, or I'm hitting a 6.67 R. That's how I trade. I don't trail stops. I don't take partials. That is how I trade. I target my draw, and whatever that is, that's what it is. But anyways, we have a very clean break even right here. This is the main reason I like this trade so much, is because I was super confident since we got that sweep, since we got this clean inverse to happen within 3 candles, so the time to take was good. I was confident we would at least go ahead and hit this low, which would be a break even. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, we did get hit break even. Sorry, we entered right here, and then this candle right here hit our break even, and it was so unfortunate because it was like almost to the tick, but we stayed patient. And we took another entry on this candle here at 9:36. Now this is no inversion. This is straight a discretionary trade. And our entry was right about here. Stop here. Same exact target, right? We're going to be targeting data lows. Once again, we got hit break even because our break even was this 15-minute fair value gap, which I believe was right here. Yes, it was right here. So this got hit, and then it ended up coming back up and stopping us break even again. Okay, cool. That is fine. But then look what happens here. And this is probably my favorite entry. It definitely is my favorite entry and is the entry that worked. It's not ironic. But we have this 30-second FEG, and the time to take is just 2 candles, which is beautiful. And look at this close. Absolutely picture perfect. If you look at the 5-minute chart, when this candle closed as well. Very nice bearish engulfing right after. Let's go back to that. Let's go to the 30-second time frame. Now, the problem with this entry was I didn't really like the risk to reward. So if we go short, I didn't like risking this much. So if we entered on this candle close, it would have been a big risk. Not that it's irregular or not a good risk reward, but I like at least a 3-to-1. So I said, okay, if we come back up and tap back into that fair value gap, I'm going to get filled. So I got filled at 25,400, give or take. Stop was above here. Target was down here. Nice 4.5 hour trade. We got filled on this. Keep in mind, we have a change in the state of delivery right here. We have our assist, which is a very nice confluence with that fair value gap. So we have a change in state of delivery. We have a 30-second inversion. We have our data lows as a draw, and we have, once again, a beautiful break even. So I like having these break evens because it protects my downside just in case. So we have a good break even. We have assist, changes to delivery, which happens when this candle here closes below the first candle within this uptick, right? So we have this little uptick. We have all bullish candles. So the close below this body would be our change in state delivery. So once again, you guys don't see me using order blocks, using breaker blocks, using OTE, using kill zones. I don't care about all that stuff. If you're using that, it's gonna confuse you. All you need is SIST, is confident draw on liquidities, good spots to go break even, fair value gaps, and inverse fair value gaps. That's really all you need. And honestly, shout out Dodgy. He put everyone on the inverse fair value gap game. I'm not going to sit here and say I made up inverse fair value gaps. No, I knew how to read the market. I have experience in options trading. That's where I started 4 years ago. And I took over futures trading about a year and a couple months ago. And then I found out about inverse fair value gaps. Keep in mind, I didn't start using ICT till a couple months ago. And it's literally just another way to read price action in the market. So it doesn't give you like a crazy advantage over supply and demand traders, but it is a cool advantage in a way to use price action concepts, identify your edge much easier. That's why I personally use ICT. Now, I don't think you need everything that ICT teaches. I don't think you need order blocks and breaker blocks and all this other crap that's just going to give you too much noise on your chart. Focus on the highest probability things like inverse fair value gaps, like cysts, like major like data lows. Shout out Dodgy too. I'm pretty sure he's the one that kind of really at least put the social media game on data lows and data highs. So I'm not going to gatekeep and act like I made this up, but I trade it very good, and I use my own discretion with these trades. So I'm not a mechanical trader. I use my own discretion. As you guys can see today, this candle right here, this was my own discretion. If we were to get weak, that would have been the top. But obviously, we got hit break even on that trade. But anyways, enough rambling. We have a nice change in the state of delivery. We have a nice inverse fair value gap. We have a nice break even, and we have our data lows as a draw. Very obvious trade once again. And as you can see, almost zero drawdown here on this entry. And we eventually hit our target. So very nice trade today. This is how I block out all the extra ICT nonsense, right? And I also share my entire screen with my Discord members, as you can see right here. At 8:58, I said, okay, we have a big squeeze here pre-market. My bias was higher, and market structure tells you that very clearly. As I mentioned earlier, PDH, then that draw on liquidity above looked great for a target. Now, at 9 o'clock, this was at 8:50. A couple minutes later, we ended up taking that previous day high. So I was like, okay, let's reevaluate. And I said top watch off open would actually be shorts into data lows or continuation into the next deal higher. Obviously, we got that short into data lows. So notice how I flipped my bias. I wasn't concrete. I'm never concrete. I flow with the market. Whatever the market is telling me, that's what I take. I give my watch list and my charts every morning to my squad, and then I trade live with them while showing my entire screen. I also have an admin that does options trading. If that's what you guys want to get into options trading, he trades that very well. We trade very high risk reward. So our win rate is about 60%, but our risk reward on average is about 3.1. So we have a much higher equity curve than, say, someone with even if you have a 99% win rate with a 1.2 risk reward average, our equity curve and our expected value per trade is still going to be much higher because of our risk reward. And that's the approach we look at when looking at the market. I know a lot of social media traders show high win rates and a lower risk reward model just because it feels better on people's psychology. But I'm sorry, market doesn't care about your feelings. Market only cares about expected value. That's what you should be looking at when you're a trader, is expected value per trade. My expected value is very high, even versus somebody with a 99% win rate. When they're only trading a 1.2 risk reward, their expected value is going to be 1.2, right? My expected value with a 55% win rate, about a 3.1 profit factor, is going to be about 1.24 or a little bit higher. So if you're able, and by the way, no one has a 99% win rate. That's literally impossible. But even if you did, my EV is still better because of my risk reward. So enough rambling. That's what I traded today. That's how you traded it. So block out the ICT noise. Find a community and group that works for you. I'm not even saying join mine, but find one. It will help you, I promise you, in the long run. And that's exactly how I made $5,000 today trading live in front of my members. If you guys liked the video, please drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. If you want to trade live with me, click that link below. If not, that's okay too. No worries. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.